Right guys, today I am going to assemble Magnus the Red, the Demon Primarch of Tzeentch. Plan to do a few videos of this as I assemble and paint the model over time. Let's get it started with unboxing. So, that's interesting, it's a sleeve box. Cool. Nice little bit of art on the box. And a tray, much like the Imperial Knight boxes, I've managed to rip open because I'm over eager. So there's the first sprue, which is wings, if I put it more in focus for you. Wings and weapon, bits of armour, instructions, full colour, plus, and real nice artwork on the back. Massive base. I'm probably not going to attach the base as I'm assembling it because I'm going to do something fancy with the base, I think. What else have we got? Heads and pieces of cloth and tail and horns and stuff. 3 different heads there. 3 different choices. I'm probably going to go with the one they use on the box because that's the one I prefer. And last but not least, his body parts. Oh, a bit of a destroyed dreadnought. That must be for the base, yeah. Oh yeah, I see. Ah, maybe I will put that on. Cool. Well, let's get this built. There are pieces. I've got my clippers. I'm gonna go get some glue and a mold line remover, maybe a knife, and that should do me. Let's check the first step then. Always when assembling models, always go through these books. They're very handy. So, they're your numbers of your parts. And then obviously that's the step of the instruction. So 1A, we're looking for part 7 and part 8, which to be his torso. Okay, so if we just take that one out of the equation, that one out, mind your hobby knife rolling around everywhere. All the equipment's available from our store as well, and that will be in the link below. Alright, 7 and 8. Never been good at finding these. There's 8. So when you clip, you make sure that the smallest part of the sprue, you see, they're always little triangles. Make sure that the smallest part is inwards in your clippers. You'll get a smoother cut out of the sprue. It's not necessary, but I prefer it. And then where you see you've left a bit of sprue behind, it's always good to just run over with a knife. Mold line remover from Citadel's very good as well. I'll put that in the description. I haven't got one with me. I've left it at home, but they're very good at stuff like this. You can always use the flat edge of a knife as well. This part looks quite clean. The casting on it's amazing, but Games Workshop plastics are all kind of incredible for that. Yeah, that looks alright. So that's our first part, and then the next part was 7. 7 and 8. Where are you? Right next to it. Already not heeding my own advice here. But hey, we can't listen to ourselves all the time. So let's cut that there. Sorry for my voice as well, as I have a pretty bad cold at the moment. Kind of breathing like a weirdo. Looks to be nicely trimmed, and those parts are just going to go together as so. So tiny bits of plastic glue, you don't need much at all as it melts the connection, and then just find its biting point. There we go. If any plastic glue runs out as well, I always find it handy to run down with a nail. That's why I like that. Okay, so we'll leave that bit to dry, and then we'll move on to the next bit. Right, now we're going to do stage 2, and it looks to be legs. To be honest, from here on out it's probably going to be mostly time-lapse stuff. If I come across anything that I find particularly difficult or I think is worth mentioning, I will slow down the recording and tell you all about it. Right, so I'm finding it tough to angle the horns correctly without the rest of the head, so I'm just having to jig them around a bit to see where they fit, because they don't seem to slot in. Like, most of the time when you're putting a model together, you find like a biting point between the piece you're attaching and the model itself. You find a place where, as you're connecting them, they sink down and they feel right. I'm not really getting it off the horns, so I don't know whether I've put something in the wrong place or I'm misconstruing one of the instructions, but the next part might be a bit of a fiddly mess, so well, you'll be able to watch it and fast forward anyway, won't you? Okay, so I just had to get a colleague in to help me. He noticed that as you put the horn in, if you angle it backwards and up, like almost twist it up, you find like I was saying, the biting point where it feels like a solid piece of model. So that's where they're going to be. So twist that way as you put them in. You'll find your spot. Right. Next step is step 6, which is the wings, and I thought, looking at the model itself on the box, that this would be a real complex part of the model, but to be honest, looking at the sprue itself and the instructions, I think these should be fairly straightforward. Right, let's get to it. Right, what it looks like we have here is piece 77 on the instructions. I don't know if you can see that. Piece 77 on the instructions is this one here. I'd say that's almost definitely it. There's actually 79 on the sprue. So it looks like a mislabeling by GW. I've gone through the instruction book and I've not actually found a 77, another 79 mentioned going on anywhere. So bear in mind that should be 79, 100%. There we go. There we go, guys. Not a beginner's kit, but not like, it's not taxing once you get it going. This is as close as I'm doing at the moment because I want the rest of the armour. I'm going to paint the armour separately and put it on afterwards. I'm probably going to leave the breastplate off. Maybe just have his greave armour and that's it. I think he looks cool like that, but yeah, so the next step would be spraying an undercoat on him. I think I've got some time, so I might actually do that now. I'm going to spray him Chaos Black. And there we go, guys. He's all sprayed black. It doesn't take that long. Ready to have paint put on. Just got to decide on the colours I'm going to use now. I might quickly show you how I'm going to base coat it, because I'm going to use an airbrush. Maybe in the next video. Thanks.